Hey everybody, welcome to I'm Not Crying, You're Crying, the show about anything and everything because it's our show. I'm here today with Juan.
Hey.
Jayco.
Hi, guys.
And I'm Sean Cantley, and this is our depressed Juan theme music.
And
did somebody take the gaga out of your mouth? Is that why you're all upset? Oh, okay. All right. And this is our theme music.
Thank you.
Hey everybody, welcome back to I'm Not Crying, You're Crying, episode 8 of season 5. I said it backwards. Season 5 of, I don't even know anymore. I'm wanting myself in the moment. It's happening right now. This is season 5, episode 8.
We all float
Welcome,
down
everybody.
here, Sean. Join me.
You eat children? You fucking monster. You fucking monster.
Just their souls, as long as you stare into the deadlights.
What?
Are the deadlights what you call your dick? Is that what it's...
Oh,
That's
come on,
real-
dude. Come on. You crossed the line on that one.
Did I?
Yeah, Sean,
yeah,
you
you
crossed the line.
There's a line that
well.
I don't even cross, and you just fucking crossed it. I don't think we can be friends. I'm canceling you.
Cancel. Okay, good luck. If you find anyone who cares about me being canceled, you let me know. I want to know where my audience is.
Dude, the three people just stopped listening to Sean.
Julio, Peter, Taylor, go ahead and cancel Sean.
Thanks, man. I appreciate you naming out the people who would cancel me. Yeah, I feel so much better now. Anyway, gentlemen, what's going on? I think we owe Cardi B an apology. Hey,
Hey, Cardi.
hey, I didn't realize you're going to be on the show again. I think we owe you an apology because, the crisis in the Ukraine between Ukraine and Russia has gotten fucking insane.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You were right this whole time, Cardi.
Yeah, they just need to stop tripping. So I, again, kind of trying to understand the situation going on there. I don't know if you guys took time to try and figure out what the hell was going on. I was just trying to understand why it was happening.
Well, I don't know. It's just
Sean actually has a really good explanation.
I
have a theory, but I want to hear you. I want to hear you, Sean.
I kind of what your theory is, but I found this information kind of perusing the internet, trying to find a quick, truncated way for someone to explain to me what exactly is going on over in Russia and why Russia would want to invade the Ukraine. So, aside from Vladimir Putin just tripping, it turns out that the Ukraine is actually this huge pool of natural resources. And they're also connected to NATO, which stands for the National Association of Treaty Organizations, something like that is comprised of the US and some other nations. And so Russia basically is has been trying to invade the Ukraine for the last couple of years. They just needed a good reason to do so. Essentially, they're invading the Ukraine because they don't want the world to have access to those resources. So the invasion of the Ukraine or having control by Russia could essentially mean that all kinds of goods that come out of that country those prices can skyrocket. So gas and fuel, the gas that you put in your car, and then natural gas, along with some other stuff, which all come from the Ukraine, which I had no idea.
I thought Russia was one of the main producers of oil, and that's why we're going to start seeing oil prices skyrocket because Dickwad has already halted the export of oil.
I thought it was the other way around.
Listen, I just know shit is getting scary.
Well, yeah, and I think we, yeah, I mean, for the people in the Ukraine, and this is probably as serious as we'll get. I mean, but Juan asked me, you think the thing is getting serious in Ukraine? I go, or do you think it'll get bad here in America? And I go, I feel very fortunate, and because the closest thing to war I've ever seen has been on TV. like the people of Ukraine are literally, there's innocent people dying. It's fucking horrible. And like literally tanks and army is like rolling down their street. And I think I don't know what I would do if I woke up one morning and basically had to bunker down inside my home in order to be safe. And that wasn't even a guarantee.
When the attacks started, like the first couple days, like Putin, he sounded like a villain from like an 80s movie. Like he said, it's like no one intervene on these attacks because he was trying to stop like neo-Nazi and all of that stuff. Mm-hmm. But he said, if anyone intervenes, just remember, I have nuclear weapons. Well, Russia has nuclear weapons.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
He's also said that he currently has his nuclear subs with over 500 warheads pointed at nations that belong to all NATO nations. 1, 2. He is doing some serious communication distortions because a lot of the TV channels or communications in Russia are Russia controlled. So they are spinning it like Russia is the victim in this, and Ukraine actually started this issue, and Russia's just defending themselves. The other thing is, for those younger technological people that had access to the internet, all that is being blocked off right now too. I didn't realize how free and fortunate we are here in the U.S., where we get to hear all aspects of news, whether it's altered, unaltered, or people trying to alter it without government intervention.
Well, we don't hear all aspects of the news. We only hear what they're broadcasting. Like we don't hear anything about why Russia is invading. Really.
Yeah.
They just invaded Ukraine, and Ukraine is standing their ground and they're fighting back. That's all we know right now.
Doesn't it have to do also with the fact that it was all part of the Soviet Union and Russia is still a little...
Well, I think all of that is speculated. Like there's nothing concrete. Everything is just hearsay. Like, oh, this is why. This is why they went in there. Here, my theory, and it's very scary. What if this was started by social media?
Holy shit! I mean, well, in what regard? Like, for what purpose?
I mean, it's like, what if Russia received a lot of misinformation about the Ukraine, and Ukraine received like
I don't think it would be like that. Come on, man.
I don't know. It's just something that I thought, like, what if this was caused by social media? That would be insanely scary, because that's something that could happen anywhere.
I think that everything is meticulous and planned. I mean, I think it all ties back to power, not just of resources, but war power. Because what is one of the first places they took over? Fucking Chernobyl. Yes, it's a nuclear fucking wasteland, but I think he's gonna be crazy enough to try to utilize some of that nuclear power for his own good.
I think Jay might be onto something, and not just to play devil's advocate, Juan, but I just mean, hear me out. I think to Jay's point, we kind of, if you know that Russia kind of lives in a Metal Gear society, and Juan, if you remember the thing about Metal Gear was designed to take in information and spit it out so that it was favorable for the government. Now think about what we're getting from our government, right? Yeah, we can put on TV whatever we want. So we can put every lunatic on TV right now who can shit on Biden, which is how you get Let's Go Brandon, right?
Yeah,
that's how you get Let's Go Brandon. So the Ukraine or Russia doesn't allow that shit to happen. But I saw another video, and I don't know how factual this is, but my understanding is that, when Trump was going through all of his stuff and they put him on trial, I think he was impeached for his being in bed with Russia, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then he was trying to get them to go through Hillary's emails, and somebody's like laptop or something got lost, and maybe you know what I'm talking about, Juan. I honestly don't know, but Russia was like trying to play the, hey, I think this might be a Ukraine game. Like if we go to Ukraine and we use, you know, our resources in there, then we'll be able to do this. So I think the Ukraine has something that Russia wants and they don't want to give it up. And it could very well have been misconstrued by social media. But the fact of the matter is that if Russia gets in there and it turns out they don't have anything, then all these people died for nothing. And if it turns out they do have something that was kind of easily a shared resource between the two, then these people still died for nothing. They kind of died to protect their power, to protect their secrecy, for no other reason than because they didn't want to look like they didn't have anything to keep hidden.
Yeah, and it's all caused by misinformation, like through social media, because like information through social media, it spreads like wildfire.
It's true. And you know, based on the algorithms, you can easily get a self-confirming bias going. You know, that with the TikTok algorithm, who knows, man? Who knows? I do know that it's not unusual for governments outside of the U.S. to control what their nation sees. I mean, look at Korea or North Korea.
China.
Look at China. You know, I mean, and sometimes it works to their benefit where they're able to get like 90%, 99% of their population vaccinated within like, you know, a couple of days because they control all of their stuff. So with that said, I mean, I honestly don't know. All I know is I don't know enough politically to understand kind of what the U.S. standings are in this, and I probably should know more. But at the end of the day, Juan, yeah, it's scary shit because there's fucking tanks rolling around a whole nother like on the street that some kid was playing on the day before. That's some scary shit, man.
I just saw a video where they just bombed a parking lot, you know?
Yeah. Fuck that noise, dude. I don't know what I would do. That's like, again, like I said,
I think if it continues heading the way it is, it's going to get ugly, not just in that region of the world, but everywhere.
Well, do you think this will start World War III?
You know,
I don't think that's going to happen. I don't know. It really depends on how other countries respond to, you know, the attacks, you know, like, like my thing was like, I was waiting for like, what's the United States going to respond with, you know, like, how are we going to respond with, you know, this whole conflict, and how is the you know, United Nations going to respond to any of this? And it's just, it's all like, what is going to happen? And is this going to escalate into something bigger? But I don't know, like when we were attacked, from 9/11 and we went into Iraq, you know, like that was the thing where people were like, oh, this is going to be World War III. And, you know, like,
that's also true. But I think, I guess, you know what, in World War II, and again, I'm not a history major, so I could be spouting completely ridiculous information, but I feel like in World War II and World War I, we were like, hey, everybody, we got like this, we have a very clear common enemy, and I think we've put treaties in place since then to keep that kind of stuff from happening, because I think it was a needless loss of lives. Like not just the United States, but like
United States was not involved in World War I believe.
Okay. Well, again, I stated before, I said that I'm not a history major, and I apologize if I get my information wrong. But again, my point being is that I think we've put treaties in place to keep this kind of stuff from happening, to keep needless lives from being lost. But,
you know, it's funny, when the conflict started, and people were trying, you know, there's a lot of memes, and people were trying to lighten the situation. One of my coworkers, this young girl, she's like in her early 20s, and she goes, "You ready to get enlisted? You know, through the draft?" Christ. And I said, I'm too old. They won't draft me. Maybe draft you.
That's true. You'll be first.
Yeah. I was like, I'm in my 40s. They're not going to draft me. I'm too old. And then she's like, she said, I believe a woman's place is in the home.
Yeah, I've seen those videos. Yeah.
God damn.
I was like, wow.
The one comedic thing that I have to say is we got stuck with the wrong celebrity president. We ended up with the reality TV star that fucked us over, while the Ukraine has the celebrity that instead of running to a secret bunker during the war is joining the army to fight off the Russians.
Zelensky is he used to be
he went to law
former
school,
actor and comedian in Russia, and then he ran for was it their president or
in Ukraine?
Yeah, and now he's just like he's telling the Ukrainian people we need to stand up and fight and blah blah blah, and we will not give up our freedom, and like he's fucking dope right now, like.
Yeah, he's like he's Tywin Lannister dressed up for the war right now, which is
he's Bill Pullman in Independence Day.
Yeah, which is which is great. You know what I mean? Like it's probably not practical. Like it's probably not gonna like. I would assume that his cabinet of people are like, hey man, don't go out there because if you're lost, like we don't know what we're gonna do. But you know what? That's great to see. Someone's who I commend him. I commend him for doing that. Oh man, not to go too not to get too deep. I have another story I want to talk to you guys about. I follow this tech YouTuber. You guys ever heard of Unbox Therapy? You guys ever heard of that guy?
No.
It sounds like his YouTube channel was basically that, but now he has a podcast called Lou Later, and he just talks about all kinds of stuff. But one of the stories he talks about is a delivery man is demanding a tip after delivering like a $4,000 like MacBook. So my question to you guys is that do you think this delivery man is in the right that he should demand a tip for delivering same day, like you press the order at 1 p.m. It's at your door at 3 p.m. for like a $4,000 MacBook.
Here's the thing. A lot of people expect gratuity for their service nowadays.
It's not like you said gratuity.
Gratuity?
Yes, that's what I said.
Gratuity or gratuity?
That's what I said.
No, that's not what you said.
I'm not going to repeat myself because you're going to make fun
I think gratuity is something that you have to pay an escort for.
Yeah, if you have to make sure when you go to the ATM you don't have insufficient funds. Otherwise, you got to ask people you just met for $20.
I'll take the sex and the gratuity.
Oh,
that'll be $300, baby.
So, but Juan, you were saying you think people expect gratuity.
I think they do, and I remember growing up. You tipped your wait staff, the taxi driver, the pizza delivery man, and your barber. Now you tip almost everything. And back then, I remember like the pizza guy was a couple bucks. Now it's like it has to be 15% or higher. And if you
does it have to be 15% or higher, or do you just
the pizza apps start automatically at 15%? You can change it to lower if you want by selecting other, but you always feel like a scumbag because I think there's always like this unwritten rule that it should be 18% or higher. Now, I understand why there's tips in other states where they pay below the minimum wage and they rely that the staff is going to earn tips and make the majority of their living on tips. But in a state like California, where they get minimum wage or even more, they expect to get tipped and not just the average 15%. They expect a large amount. Like I've seen videos of DoorDash drivers or Uber Eats drivers or just any of those delivery folks like go full ham on them and take the food back to the restaurant because they only got a $3 or $4 tip instead of a bigger tip. And it's like, it's a waste of my time. I kind of want to sympathize with them, but you don't act like a jerk and demand a tip and then take the food.
Well, I mean, I think that begs the question of what do you well, and I'll ask Jay, what is it you think deserves to be tipped? Like, what, I mean, A, do you normally tip? And B, what do you think normally deserves to be tipped?
Well, I don't believe, like I tip but I don't believe that tipping should be mandatory. You know, like it's something that is a little extra for the person that, you know, did whatever they did for you, you know, like whatever company they work for, they should. Done. Thanks. I'll give you an extra gratuity for that.
I'll take you out back, give you some gratuity.
No, but like the company should pay their employees a good amount of money so where they don't have to rely on tips. Like I saw a video about a restaurant where they forbid tipping at this restaurant because the employees get a good wage and they don't have to rely on tips, you know? So like the meal, it's affordable. But the wait staff and all the employees get paid a good salary where like tip don't need it.
Yeah, I think tipping. I think you should tip, but I only think you should tip for things that are beyond your ability. So if I go somewhere and someone cooks me a great meal that I could never cook in my own house, sure, I'll give you a tip for that.
But the tip doesn't go. The tip doesn't go to the chef.
Well, not in every scenario. Every place is different, and there's no way for me to know because I don't work in the industry. Some places pull it all together and split it amongst the entire staff. Some places it goes directly to the waitress. If you pay by card, like if you pay by cash, then it goes to the person who picks it up at your table. It goes to the runner who brought your food. But my point is, I don't mind paying, like giving someone a little extra money for having a skill that I can't perform. Like I can't cut my own hair. Well, I can, but it won't look as good as I would want it to look. So I pay a barber to do that, and I give that barber a tip. I think that. So
would you have given the tip to the laptop delivery person?
Honestly, probably.
So here's my fucking question. So, what about the times you order from Amazon for deliver today or next day delivery? Do you leave a tip for them?
No, because there's no option to.
What's the difference? No, fuck you. There's no option. No.
Well, I mean, Juan, you mean, well, first of all,
so here's the thing. If I was a business person and I needed this laptop ASAP and I paid extra to get it delivered the same day.
Why are you yelling at me?
Juan, I'll give you the tip.
But I mean, no, Juan, to your point, many people, like if you're already shelling out $3,000 for a laptop and then you paid an extra $500 to have it delivered same day, I think this guy's point in the video is that if you're already paying $4,000 for a laptop to be delivered same day, you can't cut me a 10% tip. Like
that's $400.
Here's it.
I know that. I mean, but to his point, he's like you're blowing $4,000.
He's already getting paid.
Well, he is,
and I'm sure if he's delivering high price items like that, I guarantee you he's not getting paid what fucking DoorDash or Uber pays for their delivery.
Well, who's to say that he's not a DoorDash worker? Like that DoorDash and Postmates, they deliver all kinds of shit. You're like, hey man, I need you to pick up my son's lunch and take it to him at school.
Valid point.
I would not trust that.
I know, but I mean, like, you know, my point, and he posted on TikTok, I think, about like how despicable he thought this person was. But I mean, in a world where we have like this service mentality, and we feel like first of all, I think most people in the service industry don't believe they get paid enough to deal with all the stuff they have to deal with. So with that said, I mean, why not tip the guy? I mean, the fact of the matter is that Juan, you're a businessman who expects his laptop to be delivered intact in one piece, to be delivered by someone who's kind and polite, is going to take care of your belongings. And yes, he is being paid for that, but he doesn't have to care about his job. He doesn't have to care. He could just drop that shit at your front door. Like literally.
So in that case, why stop there? Why not tip my doctor? Hey, my doctor was kind, cared, had a good bedside manner. Here's a couple extra $5. Why don't you give me a side bottle of aspirin as well while you're at it?
Why don't you tip your doctor? Why don't you slide him a $5?
Yeah,
man?
And he'll be like, what denomination is this?
I don't know. I'm okay with tipping, but when people become rude and come to expect it's not worth it. Weren't you with me, Sean, when we went to a pho restaurant. I can't remember if it was you or I think it was you, where I refused to pay the tip the waitress because I asked for lemon for my pho. I never got it. I asked for an order of egg rolls, and I got it once everybody was done with the meal. And then when I got the bill, I go, fuck it, I'm not tipping. The service was horrible. Never got a refill on my drinks. Never got the lemons I asked for. Got the order of egg rolls late. No apologies, no explanation of, hey, we're swamped, which they were not. And then when I gave the receipt back because I played with debit card, the lady still goes, no tip. And I go, yeah, no tip. I'm still waiting. No, you need to tip. And I go, no, I don't. So we got into an argument and I was asked to tip and then I tip. And then she got mad because she goes, it's only 15%. And I go, yes, the service was horrible. I never got all my stuff. I'm not going to tip more. And she started arguing and I'm like, no, I'm not doing it. But
did you fight that lady? Did somebody film it and put it on social media?
No, but the thing is, at what point do people why do people feel entitled and justified that they can be rude for not getting a tip? I saw a video of a lady like scream through a Ring doorbell because the algorithm in fucking Uber Eats or DoorDash send her on a 40-minute drive, according to her, but then the guy that recorded it said it was a 15-minute drive and got pissed on that, got pissed at the restaurant had her wait and then came back and she only got an $8 tip on that was barely like 12% tip.
Well, I mean, want to answer your initial question, why do people feel so entitled? And I think Jay touched on it earlier, is that if you work in a service industry, you deal with a lot of stuff. Like not every transaction is, hey, can I have this? Okay, thank you. Like I won't say most of them, but there are times when people come in and inconvenience you for no other reason than because they feel entitled. And so most times those complications are, most people when they work at McDonald's don't get paid to get yelled at and treated like less than human.
But a tip doesn't fix the fucking problem.
I understand that, but when you feel like Juan, so you mean to tell me that like no, it doesn't matter. To Jay's point, most people in service industry feel like they're not being paid enough to deal with the barrage of stuff that comes their way. I feel like as a person who also works in the service industry, if you perform a service that people can't perform on their own and they appreciate that with money and they don't, they could appreciate you with a hug. You know what, Juan? I'm going to tip you with hugs from now on. But I feel like that's how people show appreciation for a job well done, for being able to perform a service or a skill that they cannot perform themselves. And I feel like I feel like it's fair to tip in those scenarios. I feel like that's fair.
Sean, you speak like I haven't worked in the service industry.
Well, I mean, you just told me you yelled at a poor lady trying to understand why you didn't tip.
Yeah, I mean, did you eat pho after that?
Well, I mean, the real question is, Juan, can you make a bowl of pho on your own? If you didn't go to that lady's restaurant, would you have still enjoyed pho?
The lady didn't make it.
Okay, fine. Can you serve yourself a bowl of pho inside your own house?
I mean, you don't go in the back and get the pho yourself. She has to bring it to you.
Like at that rate, would you tip yourself at a buffet, Juan?
Here's a little something for myself. For getting the food.
But anyway.
I read a story, and this is the flip side of this whole situation. I read a story that this waitress, she got a $2,000 tip from somebody. And her boss told her that she needed to split this tip with the rest of the wait staff, but she was the only one that served that table, and she got fired for not sharing her tip with the rest of the wait staff.
The thing is, the people that gave her the tip is a group of people that pull money together and give tips to wait staff that A, do a good service, and B, are in need. And before they went to this restaurant, they called to make sure that they that the person they gave the tip to is the person that receives the tip, and that they don't pull it. They don't pool it and then split it among the staff. And after they received all the necessary answers, they got served by this young lady or older lady or this person, and she did a fantastic job. And the fucking boss made her try to split the money, and then they did fire her. But the reason they claimed to have fired her was because she made restaurant policies public knowledge or some shit like that, or she went to complain that they took away her tip.
Well, I think in that scenario, I don't think the company was right to fire her. I think she should have been able to keep that tip. I think if she again, like, you know, those people aren't gonna. They did that all on purpose. I think that's a very targeted scenario, but I think it brings up a great point, which is that, I mean, if a tip is earned, it's earned, and it belongs to that person. So, you know, in my mind, again, if they're performing a skill that I cannot perform, I don't mind.
You know, I have a funny story about tipping. My friend, he took us to this Thai restaurant because he had this crush on one of the waitresses there, and we would go there like once a week, you know, and he would tip the waitress heavily, and he would try to flirt with her, and like she's not interested, but you know, she never said like no, but you know, so like he would go there like every week, and you know, same thing, he would try to talk to this waitress, and she was like, "Oh, thank you, you're so kind," you know, and he would like tip her, and like I'd stop going to the restaurant, but like my friend kept going because he's very persistent. And then like I went there with him like a couple months later, and like the restaurant had like new menus and like new like little decor, and I was like, dude, did you pay for all of this? This is you tipped very nice.
It reminds me of that episode of South Park where Butters is going to Raisins, and he's like, I don't know why the girls are so nice here. And it's they're so nice because they're just trying to get him to tip.
They're so nice.
You know what I mean? Oh man. Well, thank you for weighing in on that, gentlemen. I found that article, and I thought I knew Juan he'd be angry about it.
He's still angry. He's still angry.
Again, but the thing is, I don't mind tipping, and I tip. I only tip 15% when I'm angry, but like 20%, 18% has become the new norm in California, and
I think that's your new norm, man.
No. Go out there.
What percentage of the tip do you normally give? 18%. You give a good 18% of the tip.
Oh, I see what you did. That's funny. Fuck you.
For a minute at a time, at least.
Here's a little something extra for you. It's called gratuity.
Yeah, 18% gratuity. Oh, Jesus Christ! So, I mean, that's not these two topics aren't even close to today's topics. I had you know, me and Juan, we carpool from like at least twice a week, and he actually wanted to talk about time travel and confusing shit like that. So I was kind of perusing the internet as I do, and I found this YouTube video that asked a question that apparently is only a problem that English speaking people have. So I will ask you, if I said to you, Wednesday's noon meeting has been moved forward by 2 hours, what time is the meeting? Is the meeting at 10 a.m. or the meeting at 2 p.m.?
2 p.m.
Wait, say that again?
If I said to you, Jay, Wednesday's noon meeting has been moved forward by 2 hours, what time is the meeting? Is it at 10 a.m. or is it at 2 p.m.?
10 a.m.
2 p.m. You see, the reason you're thinking 10 a.m. is because you put too much logic to it. I put logic on it as well. And I was going to say 10 a.m., but it's 2 p.m. because we're moving forward in time. And if it was going to be pushed back, that means we're going to 10 a.m.
Well, Juan, I think he did it to trigger you, but so
I don't think
Juan,
he did it to trigger me. Look at his face.
Well, for the people who can't see Jay's face, he seems like he's genuinely waiting for me to get to the point of this. But so here's the deal. If you thought the meeting was at 2 p.m., then you believe that you are moving moving through time. that the flow of time is standing still and you are moving towards it. And if you believe the meeting was at 10 p.m., then you believe 10 a.m., then you believe that you are standing still in time and the river of time, if it's a river, is flowing past you. So your way of thinking, Juan, is egocentric because you believe you are what is moving time forward and everything else can take a shit and get that gratuity.
Well, because if you push something back, it means you're making it happen later. If you're moving it forward, then you're making it happen earlier.
If I'm being honest, when I heard this, I assumed the meeting was at 2 p.m. I was, and it blows my mind to think that if someone said the word forward in 2 hours, I assume that it's 10 a.m. forward.
When you spring forward, what do you do, Sean?
I lose 2 hours of sleep.
Why? And it's not 2 hours of sleep, you dumb fuck.
Yeah, you dumb
I'm the
fuck.
dumb fuck. Jesus Christ. So when I spring forward, I lose an hour of sleep, Juan? Is that what I do? Or do I gain an hour of sleep? Because of arbitrary rule that we made about
what? Fuck the arbitrary rule. What do you do when you spring forward?
No, the trolls move the sun up sooner.
God fucking shit, I'm done. I'm glad that you guys fucking picked this topic today to talk. You guys are fucking morons today.
Oh, we're morons? You're the one that's talking about Apollo's chariot moving the sun and making up arbitrary rules about daylight saving time.
Yeah, you only give 18% of your tip, you cheap bastard.
Yeah, that's right. And as your Caucasian wife, I demand more. Although I think that's all I can give. 18% is 100% for Juan. So anyway, I thought it was an interesting thought experiment because it deals in time travel, which Juan about.
So what is the right answer?
It's a philosophical fucking question. There really isn't a right answer.
Well, that's not true because if you show up at 10 a.m. for a 2 p.m. meeting, Juan, the right answer is 2 p.m. And the right answer is in English is 2 p.m. The right answer, depending on what language you speak, could either be 10 a.m. or 2 p.m. I want to say that in America, where we speak English, when we talk about the future, we talk about the future being in front of us. When we talk about the past, we talk about it being behind us. So to Juan's point, when you hear the term, I'm pushing the meeting back, is because we perceive ourselves as egotistically moving through time and not standing stagnant in time. So depending on what language you speak, because some languages don't have, don't speak of the past and the future as front and back. They speak of it as like, to the left or to the right or up and down. So it just depends on culturally kind of where you come from. Does that answer your question, Juan? I'm sorry, you were yelling, so that I apologize. But Jay, does that answer your question?
Yeah, sure, I guess. I mean, if this whole question was abstract, it's weird.
Well, it was abstract to begin with, not only to kind of get your minds all greased up for today's for the rest of today's topic, talking about time. Now, I in the show notes, which nobody read, I asked which version of time travel seems more plausible to you, and there's a few different types of time travel. So there's like Groundhog's Day time travel, where you repeat the same day over and over again, and you keep the memories of your actions, and you can make different decisions while keeping those actions until you reach a predetermined outcome that will take you out of the loop. There's the Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban series, where you were always there. So you go back in time and you are there the entire time. So you are making your future happen because you were there the first time it happened, if that makes sense. And then there's simple time travel like Bill and Ted or Back to the Future.
That isn't simple.
What do you mean? No, it is. If you think about Back to the Future, I think Bill and Ted complicates it a little bit, but in Back to the Future, I go in the past, I knock down one pine tree, and now the Twin Pine Mall becomes the Lone Pine Mall. Like that. That's like simple time travel.
There's no butterfly effect.
Well, the butterfly effect. Well, in Back to the Future, there's a butterfly effect. His interaction with his parents made them different. Also, if he didn't interact with his parents, he was ceasing to exist. So he needed to play some.
So that kind of contradicts your own theory because he is part of the past.
I was saying shit because I hit the wrong button, but no. Well, the thing is that it also proves that they were kind of moving with the Harry Potter theory, but simple time travel rules like Bill and Ted or Back to the Future, where it's like, hey man, we forgot our keys. Well, if we go back in time and remind ourselves that we left our keys in our pocket and we put them in our pocket, they'll be right here. And then boom, check your pocket and
no way,
dude, it fucking works. And then there's one more movie, and I don't know if you guys have ever seen it, but it's called Primer. You guys ever seen that movie? It's like I think it's on Netflix or Hulu or something. Well,
yes.
What?
I think I've seen it.
Yeah, but essentially it's they create a machine, and that machine it's a time machine, and they literally, to move 6 hours backwards in time, they have to sit in this box for what seems like 6 hours of time in order to move back, and they can only go as far back as when the machine was created. And all the same things apply. So when they go back in time, they could run into past versions of themselves, and they can then alter the future up until the point where they get into the box. And it gets effing crazy. It gets really, really crazy. But if you've never seen it, I would recommend it if you're a time travel buff. It was a really fun movie. Though I will say the production quality is absolute shit. It is absolute shit.
It was a very like indie, low budget type of movie. Yeah.
But I thought it was well thought out. But with that said, after naming all those, which one do you guys think is most plausible?
Better yet, do you think time travel exists already?
Yes, I think we talked about this before, but
time travel does exist.
I'm doing it right now.
We move forward in time. No one has figured out a way to move backwards in time.
Oh God, fucking shit! Fuck you.
You're the one who asked. I don't know why you're so upset, but the other piece is that I think that just like in that the book by Stephen King, I think it's 21-66, I don't know, but where they go back in time to try and keep JFK from being assassinated.
That was the Umbrella Academy.
No, oh my God. Okay. So anyway, to answer your question, Juan, I think time travel has existed, and I think that's a particular incident in which it existed for which it was used.
Have you ever heard the grandfather paradox? Or
Yes. But go on, Jay. But go on.
I saw a video, and they explained that I think there's two possible grandfather paradox possibilities. You know, like you can go back in time, and you can try to attempt to kill your grandfather, but something is always going to stop you from doing it because you still exist. You know?
Yeah.
And I think the other theory was that you can go back in time. You can kill your grandfather. But the fact that you were able to go back in time to do it means that you were able to do it. And then you just create a different timeline.
Yes. Where your grandfather never existed and you never existed. Yes. I think I've seen this video where they that's how they solve it, because I think I am one to think that the latter of the grandfather paradox is how it would go. Okay, I go back in time, I kill my grandfather. Well, then I travel back forward, and in my timeline, my grandfather's still alive. And then there's a secondary timeline where you're shaking your head, Juan, as if you know the exact answer. Okay, Professor Juan, go ahead. But yeah, where like in another timeline, you just don't exist. You just don't show up unless you're like Fry, where you go back in time and F your grandma, and now you are your own great grandfather.
You ever see H.G. Wells' Time Machine?
Is that the one with Pierce Brosnan? No.
Guy Pearce.
Guy Pearce, but that's not. Is that the one you're talking about?
That's a remake. That's a remake of an old movie, but same concept. The guy builds a time machine, and he just keeps moving forward in time. And I love that movie because it goes so far into the future that we've regressed to like some barbaric society. And then everyone's just savages and
man, it's been a while since I've seen it, and now since I've seen the Guy Pearce one, which is why I brought it up. But I don't think I've ever seen the original, and I've only watched the one with Guy Pearce. But I think Back to the Future 2 is one of my favorite time travel movies, because in Back to the Future 2, there's a point where Doc is explaining Marty is asking after Biff steals the almanac again. He's like, well, if Biff goes back in time and he changes all this stuff, like, what's going to happen to us? And he's like, well, to the people who are in that timeline, they won't even know things are happening. And the person who's making the changes will know all this stuff. And so when they travel back in time, they'll end up in the new timeline that they created. And so shortly after that, Biff returns to the exact same, like 2001 or wherever Marty and Doc are. He returns, like the Biff that stole the almanac returns to that exact same time, which proves Doc's theory right, which is that because they are going to stop Biff at that very moment, which proves Doc is right, that if they go back in time and stop themselves, that they've already won. Because if Biff didn't win, he wouldn't have come back to that. It's not 1985. It's like 2001 or 2015. Like, yeah, then he wouldn't have come back to that 2015 because he would have won. But because he came back to 2015 that they were currently leaving, Doc and Marty succeed.
You know what I love about that? They had to make a scene where they had to explain that very concept to people because at that point, people were like, huh?
Well, it is a very confusing thing, but like once I realized that, I go, holy fucking shit, this is beautiful.
Yeah. It's like, oh my God, science.
Yeah. Yeah. And it happens right at the beginning of the movie. So it's like one of those things where I was just like, oh shit, I'm watching this entire movie knowing that this guy's going to fucking lose. Like it didn't matter. Did you guys ever see the series Watchmen or watch the movie Watchmen?
Yeah.
The one with the blue guy, the naked blue guy?
Dr. Manhattan?
Dr. Manhattan.
Freddy Krueger with the mask.
Rorschach?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
What?
We're talking about a Vegas show, the Blue Man Group or Tobias Funke.
He blued himself.
He did.
I remember watching Watchmen and falling asleep.
I'm sorry, Juan. I'm sorry. He must have been really tired, man. But I bring up Dr. Manhattan because he experiences another version of time travel where he is experiencing the past, the present, and the future all at once. And it actually, in the series Watchmen, and this is a spoiler if you've never seen it, actually causes the series of events in the show to progress because without him speaking to people from the past and speaking to people in the past to inform people in the present, it sparks events. It sparks a series of events in the future that kind of bring the show to a conclusion and ultimately to his own demise, which he also would have had to been able to have seen. So it's another crazy way to experience like time. So I don't know how he kept everything straight.
You know, there's I don't know if you're familiar with Mr. Show with Bob and David. It was a sketch show on HBO with Bob Odenkirk and David Cross. They did a new sketch show for Netflix, and it's called with Bob and David. And one of their sketches was they built a time machine, Bob and David, and they come out and it's in the future, but it was just them sitting in this box for 30 years. And then they came out and they're old and they're like, we're in the future. It looks so different. And then everyone's like, you were in there for like 30 years.
Oh man, no, this sounds pretty funny though. It's on Comedy Central?
It's on Netflix. It's called With Bob and David, and it's just a bunch of sketches. But they did a sketch about time travel, and it's just hilarious.
That does sound pretty funny. Do you guys have any time travel movies that messed you up or that are still like fucking with your mind to this day?
Yeah, H.G. Wells' Time Machine.
Oh, Juan, how about you, man?
Not per se fucked with me, but the butterfly effect.
Really?
Yeah, it really like led to the whatever you do could potentially change history.
Well, I mean,
can you explain the butterfly effect?
Yes, I can.
For the audience, Juan, can you explain it for the audience?
Well, it's when you ride a butterfly back in time.
An event in time as insignificant as the flutter of a butterfly wing can have drastic and massive changes in time and through the space-time continuum, meaning that if you go back in time and accidentally step on a bug, by you doing so can drastically change the future, which Ashton Kutcher's character goes through it because he does this unique thing of time travel, of looking at photos and kind of focusing on it and reverting, having his mind revert to that point in time and changing it. He like fucks up and does certain things to the point where in one of the alternate realities, he's an amputee because he involved himself in a horrible accident. But that's what messed with me, that something as insignificant. And then I've always had the theory that time travel does exist. It's not just in the way that we think it does, because I think like video, photography, all that is time travel. Because especially with video, you're going back to a certain point in your history or in someone's history that's recorded, and you get to see it over and over. And I think I told this to Sean. People go, well, you can't really alter it. And with today's technology, you go, yes, I can. I'll fucking edit it to be however the fuck I want it to be, and present this as the factual video, as something that happened in the past, and now I've changed it.
Juan, you just described documentation as time travel.
Yeah.
That's kind of ridiculous.
How is it?
Why are you so angry? You described reading a letter written in the 1940s as time travel.
I mean, you may go there emotionally. You're just not going there physically.
I think when we refer to time travel, we mean like getting in a DeLorean and ending up in 1985, where your mom will see your underwear and call you Calvin Klein. You seem so angry now. We're not even at the end of the show yet, man. For me, I don't know if you guys have ever seen this movie, and I just saw it recently. There's lots of crazy time travel movies. I personally love time travel as a subject matter, but this movie I just saw with Ethan Hawke is called Predestination. You guys ever heard of it?
I have. I haven't seen it, but no. I've heard of it.
Well, I don't want to ruin it, but it is. I mean, aside from what goes on in the entire movie, and this will be a spoiler, but this person is literally their mother and their father and their teacher. It is completely fucking nuts. Like it's hard to describe and explain how it happens, because even my mind is still fucking broken over it. But I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it so much that I watched it twice, because I was like, what the fuck did I just watch? Okay, I need to watch it again. And so me and my wife, we watched it twice. And then after that, we watched Coherence, which is another good quasi time travel movie.
Okay, guys, time travel exists. You have the point to go back in time and kill Hitler.
Oh, God.
Why, oh, God, Jay?
Because this is a road that's been traveled upon, man.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's going back to kill Hitler, you know? Like,
but would you?
I mean, there's theories that say I won't be able to do it, you know?
Well, I guess, Juan, would you kill Hitler? You seem you have so much conviction when you started this question, but now I feel like you're doubting yourself.
I don't know how people get so bold. You know, you build a time machine and automatically you're a murderer now. You're like, you can do it. You're some weird time traveling and assassin. It's like,
isn't that the whole premise of Assassin's Creed?
No, I don't know. I've never played Assassin's Creed.
And how do you know the premise of Assassin's Creed? You don't even play video games, Juan.
I have a PlayStation 5.
Okay, great. So now how thick is the layer of dust on it?
I dusted it off this weekend, so fuck you.
Really?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think to Jay's point, I think, could you even murder somebody if you went back in time? I don't know, man.
Shoot this motherfucker. That's what I'll do.
You're just gonna yell, "Shoot this motherfucker." So you what, in Nazi Germany, you're gonna just go and yell, "Shoot this motherfucker."
Where this guy has the most power. Yeah, okay. First of all, they're gonna wonder why you're speaking English in the middle of Nazi Germany, but whatever. I mean, Juan, is there somebody else? I mean, would you stop the assassination of JFK, Juan? Would you try and stop?
First off, I would need to know who actually killed him.
Well, I mean, but you know what is going to happen, like, right? So you don't know who it is, fine, but you have all the ancillary information to know that it will happen, and you can take precaution to stop.
What?
It.
So I call the White House and Secret Service and go, hey, you don't know who this is, but there's a bomb. Don't let him go onto the car.
I mean, no. I mean, essentially, obviously, you'll be arrested for threatening the president. I feel like that's something.
What if, Juan,
I'll make the time jump before I get arrested.
What if, Juan, that you did go back in time to stop the assassination of JFK. Assassination of JFK, and by you trying to prevent the assassination, you create the assassination of JFK. Like they were gonna kill somebody else, but you got.
So you're essentially saying you're essentially saying that I wouldn't be able to change time because it was predetermined for it to happen, and me going in the past to try to prevent it is what leads up to it, because that's what it was predetermined to happen.
What if he wasn't supposed to get killed and it was somebody else, but you intervened and then he got killed?
In fact, you're the reason for the magic bullet. You're like, the magic bullet is like, that person trying to hit you and you're trying to get out of there before the time travel happens. And then fucking.
So going back to my original question, I wouldn't even be able to travel to kill Hitler because Hitler was supposed to live, but by me going back in time, he lives and dies until the.
I mean, by this logic, the very fact that you went in time is one of the factors that helped create all the things that brought him into further power and created World War II. So, like,
yeah, it's all your fault, Juan.
Yeah, if you never travel back in time, then it would have never have happened. But you had to because it did happen, so you had to do it. How does that make you feel, Juan?
Yeah,
I'm a horrible human being.
Yeah, and that's why you moved the meeting forward. Because you're an egomaniac.
It's true, you are. We know because of the last episode. Why are you so angry, buddy? Why are you so angry?
How sure are you of the history is being reported as accurate as possible? And what we think happened in the past didn't actually happen the way we think it did.
Oh, about 80 to 90% of it.
Yeah, man. History is written by the victor or someone who remembers enough to write it down. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised to find out that like things didn't go exactly like they did, when Christopher Columbus jumped in those ships and discovered America.
Honestly, like we go like 50 years into the future, people are gonna, retell the like Rodney King and LA riots in a different, it'll be so different. Like,
yeah. Yeah, dude, and you know what? Like, I don't know if you guys heard this story not that long ago, but it turns out that like Trump had like removed all these papers from the White House, and he was trying to like flush them in his toilet, and he had to call a plumber, and they're like, "Why are you flushing these?" So he's like, "I didn't know I couldn't take them."
Oh, and like that was just recent in Margot.
Yeah, but like to Jay's point, in like 50 years, they're gonna be like, "Hey, man, so these documents they were actually like proof that he was like in collusion with Russia." You know what I mean? Like it's just gonna be like. It's going to be stuff like that, but as history's told right now, I mean, I want to say for me, because I don't fucking know, like like Jay said, I want to say a good chunk of it is probably not accurate. Or
you ever see the movie Idiocracy, Sean?
Yeah, it's been a while, but yeah.
Didn't we talk about it last episode?
I don't remember, but I recently watched it again, and Luke Wilson was trying to get to the time machine because he asked the people in the future if they had a time machine, and they took him to this theme park ride called the Time Machine, and it just goes just like I don't know, Small World type of ride, and it just explains how like Nazi Germany was led by Charlie Chaplin, and like
because he had the
yeah. I mean, it's so ridiculous, but I mean. It's not that far off from like some of the things that you've learned in history, like things have been exaggerated, things have been changed. And a lot of the truth has been covered up.
Yeah. Like the Great Tea Party was just a bunch of people dumping tea over. Like I feel like it was a significant act, but it wasn't as like when I imagine the Great Tea Party, I imagine like people were like throwing these great big crates of tea.
Oh yeah.
I subscribe to Sean's theory that the story is told by the victor, so it's told by their perspective. I don't subscribe that everything is one big fucking cover up.
Unless
I definitely believe that people will remember things differently, and because they are writing about it after the fact, actual events will be changed, not on purpose, but because they remember it differently.
Also, you have to remember, they're like, man, I don't want to look bad. It's like, yeah, man, I was fucking standing on top of this barrel, ripped as fuck. I lift the whole thing above my head and threw that shit in the ocean.
Even the whole like looking back, I mean, people remember things differently, especially if you were part of the event. How many times did you remember seeing Hulk Desma and me asking, what exactly did I say? Because I was like so angry that I blanked out on what I said or did. Same thing with other events in history. You're living it, and you're not necessarily telling yourself, I'm going to remember every exact moment because I'm going to sit down and write about it an hour or a couple of days afterwards because this is a historic moment in my life or in people's history.
Yeah, I mean, look at Alexander Hamilton. I don't remember this much rap being involved.
Yeah, man.
In the American.
Yeah, the dude had flows, man. He had bars. and he can sing.
Yeah.
And he can sing. Yeah.
And
he's a fucking genius.
And
too.
He wasn't giving it up his shot.
Yeah. And history was watching him the whole fucking time. I mean, at this rate, I think he was the one who chopped down the cherry tree. Like I don't know if we can trust him. I don't know if we can trust him. I realize that you feel like you've been targeted a lot this episode. And you said you were done already, but
yes.
Are you ready for a moment of nonsense? And now, for a minute of complete and utter nonsense. You've been warned.
Before I start my minute of nonsense, I just want to say, Jay, Sean, fuck you guys. I don't like you guys. Fuck you very much. Now my moment. Fuck, I have nothing to say. Fuck. God damn it. Shit. Screw you. Gas prices are going high. We live in California. Some gas prices is already at $6 an hour. $6. Fuck.
And that was a minute of nonsense. Thank you. Now back to our regularly scheduled program.
I still hate you guys.
Juan, that may have been the absolute worst fucking minute of nonsense I've ever heard in my entire fucking life.
I thought it was the best.
I honestly forgot what I was going to talk about. I've been so triggered during this episode.
I think
lost track.
that was probably the most eloquent you've sounded.
You know what? Screw you.
I don't know why you're so fucking angry at me. I didn't do this to you. You did this to yourself.
You were born. Move on.
Oh shit. You were born.
I was born. I came out of my mother. I didn't ask to be born. I didn't ask to be born. I did ask for a gratuity once though.
I asked for a gratuity when I was young and I got slapped.
Oh well, okay, Juan. If that's your minute of nonsense this week, then that means we move on to the gauntlet at this part of the episode. So if you're keeping track at home, Juan is at 5 points. I'm at 6 points, and Jay is at 12 points.
Did you do a recount like I asked you?
No, because your recount is bullshit.
No, F you. I should be at like 6 or 8 points.
Why?
Because I counted.
Well, based on the post-it note I have here, Juan, it says that you're still at 5 points.
Well, based on the post-it note that I have here, it says that I'm at 8 points.
Based on the post-it note that I have, I see that Juan should be at 18%.
You know what? You deserve 5%, Jay.
5%. 5% gratuity?
Well, Juan, I apologize that your recount. You know who else asked for a recount? And it still turned out that they lost your favorite president.
Reagan?
Megan?
That's the other celebrity.
But anyway, Juan, those are the standings. So Juan, I'm sorry, but yes, you still only have 5 points, and I have 6. I think I came up. I felt like I had more. But it is what it is. I have the ability to win, I think.
I think last episode you lost points.
No. I was the only one who gained points because you couldn't guess Frozen. In fact, you called Frozen Debbie Does Dallas.
Oh, that's right.
So you should be ashamed of yourself because you're a grown-ass man talking about a movie that your daughter watches as Debbie Does Dallas.
That's really disgusting, Juan.
Yeah. He also called his dick the Deadlights. Remember that? And they all float down there.
That's even more disgusting.
You guys have crossed the line this episode.
You're the one who calls your dick the Deadlights.
Are you done?
Well, we haven't done the gauntlet yet.
Yeah, we haven't even done the gauntlet yet, man. So Juan,
I feel
you're
that your derogatory comments towards my penis makes me feel.
Wait, which one? The 18%, the gratuity, or the deadlights?
Sean, can you apologize to Juan's penis?
I would like you to say, Mr. Deadlights, I am sorry.
That's not going to happen because you just referred to yourself as Mr. Deadlights.
Sean, just apologize to Mr. Deadlights, please.
I'm not going to. I don't think I should be sorry. If anything, I think I deserve a tip.
No, you know what? I just go with the gauntlet already.
Well, Juan, you're in last place, so that means you go first. You pick a number and you tell me how long.
69.
You've already chosen 69.
39.
39. Okay, let's see here.
3 seconds. Under the Sea, The Little Mermaid.
So you don't want to hear it again?
No, I do not.
Jay, do you agree or disagree?
I'm going to disagree.
I'm going to agree with you, Juan. The last time I agree.
Shut the fuck up. Jay, what movie was it?
I don't know.
No, you have to say a name, even if it means Debbie Does Dallas.
I don't know. Flashdance.
Oh, yeah. That was a good movie. I remember the fucking kaleidoscope.
All right. Well, Juan, here you go. It was A Little Mermaid for 3 seconds. Under the Sea. So look at you. You earned 2 points.
I should get 4 points for knowing the actual song.
No. Okay. Fuck you. Fuck you. All righty.
Mr. Deadlights.
Is that what you said? Okay. All right. That makes it my turn. So, hey, Juan, congratulations. I'm going to pick 46. And I'm going to pick 3 seconds because I'm playing it safe.
Just like Mr. Deadlights.
And here it comes.
Ah! Come on! Really?
I need to listen to it again. I have no clue what the fuck that is.
I disagree with whatever you say.
I don't know what it is, so I'm going to go Dumbo.
Disagree.
I disagree.
Godfather.
Okay.
It is The Godfather.
Oh man, I've never seen The Godfather. I have never seen The Godfather. Is it The Godfather? Let's find out. I think. Oh no, that is The Godfather, and I have 0
Fuck you!
points.
Give me points now.
Juan gets 1, and Jay.
No, fuck you. I went first, so I get the point. Jay gets nothing.
What a greedy motherfucker.
Okay, Cartman, I'm gonna get caught the fuck down. God. All right, and Jay, which track are you going to pick?
39.
I'll pick 19.
19. How many seconds, Jay?
3 seconds.
3 seconds. Coming in.
Oh, God damn it. Come on. This episode was my episode.
Is it because you get shit on so much? I have no idea what this is. I have no idea.
It's Titanic.
I agree.
Well, I'm going to agree out of, because you said the answer. That's why at least I get a point. Actually, I don't get a point.
No, you don't, because he gets it right, you dumb fuck.
Okay, all right. Let's look at the answer. And it's Titanic. All right, everybody.
Let's do another one, since I did so well this episode.
No. All righty. Okay, so Juan. So now you're at 9 points.
Sure.
I'm stuck at 6 points because I didn't get any points this episode, and Jay is at 16 points now.
No, fuck you, 16 points. How did he get 16 points?
What do you mean, how did he get 16 points? He got 2 points 2 times. He also got the one right that I got wrong because I'm stupid, and I've never seen The Godfather, and that's how you collected 2 points.
No, fuck you. It's whoever answered first.
What? That wasn't any rules.
That's only. Here's the thing, Juan. Even if we did that, you would still be losing. It doesn't matter. So over the next, I'm out of the race now. I'm out of the race.
But you still can play for fucking dignity.
For dignity.
Yeah, Sean, you can play for dignity.
I can play for dignity, and gratuity, and 18%. Well, there it is, gentlemen. We've done it. We've gotten to the gauntlet. And I think we've sufficiently pissed off Juan this episode because he was so triggered he couldn't even do a minute of Juan sense. You couldn't even hold out for a minute, huh?
That's what your mom said.
God damn, dude.
I realize I'm making fun of myself as well. But that's how done I am, Sean.
At 18%, huh?
I'm more at 2% right now.
Okay, well, Juan, You already said that you're done. So
remember, it's not the size, but the 400 pounds of pressure behind it.
What? Are there like two dudes pushing you?
I realized after I said I can't say that line anymore. I'm not 400 pounds of.
Well, one, I mean, you're not even. I don't think anybody understands what that even means. What does it mean to have? There's not the size, but there's the 400 pounds of pressure.
So there's like two 150-pound guys just pushing naked Juan into whatever he's gonna put his penis into.
My podcast.
The Deadlights?
Yes, I'm dead.
Cardi B.
So, well, Juan, again, you're done. So, with that said, Juan, please go ahead and fumble over the exit if you don't mind.
Yes, I will continue and fumble through it, folks. Thanks for listening to these two fucknuts make fun of me. Don't forget to rate and review on. I didn't want to fumble through this, but I did. Don't forget to rate and review us on iTunes. Find us on all social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Our handle is at INCYCSHOW. You could also email us your suggestions, INCYCSHOW@gmail.com. Shout out to Joey, whatever his name is, the only person that really emails us on Gmail. And leave us a voicemail. Just follow the link in our show notes. If you don't read the show notes like the rest of us, it is www.anchor.fm/INCYCSHOW. Again, it's www.anchor.fm/INCYCSHOW. And then we have merch with in partnership or our very own sponsor, LindaMyra.com. Get your very own I'm Not Crying, You're Crying t-shirt at the link in the follow the link in the show notes, or just go to LindaMyra.com. Also, I would like to mention that fuck you, Julio. You were called out for if you're such a big fan, why the fuck haven't you bought the one shirt? And now I want to call out Joey, whatever his fucking name is. If you're such a big fan, why haven't you bought that shirt? Jackasses. You guys have a good night.
Well, according to you, Juan, there's only one shirt, a singular shirt.
That's because that's what you told me, man. Do we have more? Because if not, I could start pimping more than one shirt.
You just order them from the shop, man.
And are they made already? Are they on the shelf collecting dust? Or if so, why are we lying to people and saying that we have one shirt? Why am I making Julio feel like garbage for being the number one fan and not buying the shirt when it's not even made? I feel like I should travel back in time to ensure that there's a fucking shirt made for Julio.
It's funny because I thought with that long pause that you did time travel and you went somewhere else.
that long pause, I thought his Zoom had frozen. I was like, did we lose him?
Dude, I thought my internet went out.
Yeah. I thought he went back to the JFK assassination.
he's doing it. He's actually doing it.
Dude, I thought he had...
I could time travel, it would be to catch you as you're coming out of the womb and shake the shit out of you.
I thought you were going to say it'd be to catch you when you come out of the womb to show you the deadlights because you're a sick fuck.
Again, you are crossing the line, motherfucker.
You're the one that's time traveling back to Sean's birth to take a newborn Sean from his mother's vagina and then shaking the shit out of him.
Yeah, so who's crossing the line?
Not just John, but you too.
Me too.
Again.
Yes, but that's because you guys grow up to be horrible individuals.
Good luck.
Good luck. Yes, we grow up to be horrible individuals. Us. Anyway, everybody, thank you for listening. See you guys next week on the potentially penultimate episode.
And there it is, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm gonna try and get it in here. Like
word of the day pays off for Sean. Go take that SAT, buddy.
I gave him that word.
It's true. He gave me that word. Go take the SAT. You too, Jay. You stop showing people your deadlights. Good night, everybody. I like the movie. Fuck you. Good night.